Oh, guys. Yeah, a topic I know all about. Bug out locations. Okay. Is that what we wanted to talk about? Give me ideas? Shit. Okay, fair enough. I'll buy it. Um, some. What can I say? Some of you already know my antics from back in the day. Yeah. A certain bridge comes to mind, doesn't it? To be honest, that was quite a fun one. Quite a dangerous one, but quite a fun one. Getting up there was tricky, yeah, I must admit. Sketches back. But there we go. What can I say about the bridge? The bridge, yeah, that was mental. You could literally do circuits around that fucking thing, mate. Absolutely. It had little corridors, so you could just like swap from one side to the other. You know, it had 240 volt and 110 volt sockets with lights running throughout. Um, but yeah, the vandals had been in, yeah, and destroyed all the electrics. So for fuck's sake. So it was. I went through it. I went through it. It's fucking brilliant. And then it was all got back up again. Yeah. Get the fuck out. Um, if I had to choose a bug out location, I mean, this all goes on to your geography on where you are in the country. Yeah. Um, One of the potential places that I did spy, yeah, when I was camping in Cornwall, yeah, I was camping in Cornwall, quite um, in an area that was quite high for mining back in the day. Yeah, and I just gave you a huge clue right there. Um, so there was, I don't know, three, maybe four or five. I don't know. I didn't count them all, but I did see quite a few of these big metal cages over the tops of these shafts. Yeah, I didn't really take much notice of the locks at that point. Um, but just knowing, they would have used something a little bit hefty for securing something like that. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You already know, don't you? Yeah. It's a fucking mineshaft for crying out loud. It's got to be secure. But that's one of the locations that I would go for. Yeah, is a mineshaft. Um, if you've got a decent hacksaw, you could probably get through the lock and replace it with one of your own. Now, if I was going to do this, I would take some rope, a belly system, yeah, and tie off onto the metal cage that's bolted into the fucking ground, mate, yeah, above the mine shaft itself, and belay down and take all your kit down there with you, yeah. He's gonna fucking know. Yeah. You could mount a solar panel, yeah, up near the fucking skylight, or rig up some contraption you could just pull a rope and it'd fucking raise it, raise the solar panel so it catch some a bit more light, you know. But yeah, the batteries would be a little bit of a problem, but you could probably sort that out with, if you at least had a couple of ropes, couldn't you? Um, but yeah, that's just one of the locations that I thought about. No, the third um, bug out location is a high forest area. Okay. Um, as always, this goes back to another little story. Right. Um, we're talking 15 plus years ago. Yeah. I actually used to live in the Forest of Dean, right? So that is a very high forest area. No, I got to know a few friends, well, people in the area who rode bikes as well, right? So we decided to do a little trail of our own, yeah, and we'd been cycling down that area for the best part of 6 months. You know, didn't really see any activity. I mean, we saw one or two of the Forestry Commission guys down there now and again, but few and far between. So any markings on trees weren't really taken any much notice of at that point. You know, considering we didn't really see any large machinery crawling about the area. I mean, we did hear some, but that was quite a distance away, and we were like, "Yeah, it's coming, but it ain't here yet." Right. So we were there building this trail, and I think we did actually manage to finish it, and we'd ridden it a couple of times, yeah. And then one morning we all piled up there to find that the whole trail had just been completely fucking demolished by caterpillar tracks. And you were like, holy fucking hell! I mean, our trail we'd used pallets, um, tree trunks for little drops and berms and drop offs and shit like that, you know. So it was quite an extensive little fucking trail that we'd actually built, and it was just completely fucking smashed to pieces. Yeah, where the Forestry Commission has just come along, big caterpillars, yeah, ripping trees out that had been marked. It's for fuck's sake. So if you're looking for a bug out location in a forest, yeah, be aware of the markings on the trees, right? Uh, and any signs of heavy machinery coming towards you. I mean, the reason why we didn't know is because we weren't there 24/7. Yeah, we weren't there 24/7. So, we all just piled out there one morning, gone. So, if you want a bug out location in the high forest area, find somewhere that's really tricky and hard to get through. Yeah. Um, Ideally, you want big rocks. Yeah. Stuff like that, kicking about. Yeah. And pretty much you want to be right in the centre of that. Yeah. And keep it low key. Right. So, I think that's going to be about it. But yeah, terrain where no heavy machinery equipment is ever going to get through. Yeah. And that's where going to be your base camp, isn't it? So yeah. Anyway, a couple of little tips and tricks there. So yeah, take it easy, guys.